Hello and welcome. It's Karen Day, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States from over at A Little Kinder. And today I wanted to dive into this box. This is the Simply Citrus card kit. I'm so excited about this kit. I have fallen in love. I think the very first stamp set I ever purchased from Stampin' Up! Was a citrus or fruit set. It was lemons, as a matter of fact, and I may still have that wood-mounted set somewhere in my stash. But let's dive into this kit. So here's what's nice. The Simply Citrus card kit comes with everything that you need, with the exception, I believe, of adhesive. Alrighty, let's open this up. Slide the lid under. So first of all, you get this cute box to keep everything in. Now, I want to make sure that you can see everything, but that I'm also not... what's the right word? I'm not out of the screen. All right, now, you know what? Facebook, you and I are not going to get along because you're not zooming the way I want you to. Alrighty. I think that's going to be better. That's going to give us a little more room. Set the box over here on the edge. Okay, so here we are. Here's the kit. We've opened it up. Here is the stamp set, which I think is fantastic. It has the wedge, it has the lemon or lime, it has the leaves, and then it comes with 4 greetings. Thanks for being you, just a note, way to go, and hello sunshine. I love that hello sunshine. All right, you also get a Night of Navy Stampin' Spot. So full-size Night of Navy looks like this. But in the kit, you get a Stampin' Spot. So if you don't own Night of Navy, you'll have the right ink that coordinates with the projects that Stampin' Up! Has put together for you. So here's the packet on the inside. If I flip it over and pull out, they've given you a guide of how to make the cards that they've included in the kit. Now, that does not mean that you have to do it this way by any means. And I promise you we'll do a video on alternatives. But here is the direction sheet for how they have done it. This is very similar to how the Paper Pumpkin kit directions come. So it tells you what all is in your kit. It gives you the steps of how they suggest you do things. They tell you the coordinating colors in case you want to purchase those colors, or if you have those colors and you want to switch things up. And then they give you some tips. And then they go through and they show you each of the cards and they call out what it is. All right, so there's 3 of the cards and there are the other 2. So let's look at the rest of this kit. Go ahead and pull it out. They send you a stamping block. This is very reminiscent of a D-size block. So this is a D-size block. This is the block that comes in your kit. The only difference is this one has the finger holds and this one does not. I use plenty of these without the finger holds just fine. I love the thickness of this block too. All right, so you get an embellishment bag. Oh, it looks like mine may have come open, so we may have some flowers floating, with these cute, adorable flowers and a twine. So this would be, I think the colors they said, let's see if they say over here. Yep, it's Calypso Coral. So it's Calypso Coral and Whisper White twine, baker's twine, and then these little flowers. You also get a sheet of dimensionals. Holy hello, that's a huge sheet of dimensionals. A regular sheet of dimensionals, and I know I have one sitting here somewhere. There is a whole package. A regular dimensional is this size. So this is like bigger than everything in the packaging. So this is a lot of dimensionals inside here. Then we pull out the paper products. I'm going to drop that back down in there. And we have envelopes. And the envelopes are printed on the inside. That's one of the features that I really like about using the all-inclusive kits, is they print on the inside of the envelope. So it looks like we have 2 different prints. One with a citrus design and one that's a polka dot. I really like this polka dot. I like that it's tints and shades of the same color. So even though some of these kind of bleach out, they don't ever get to that like stark white. So it's a little more pleasing to the eye. It doesn't scream little kid polka dot. This is kind of a grown-up polka dot. Alrighty, let's see. Set these right here. Alrighty, now these are the card bases that come with this. And I'm going to start, I'm going to go through, find the breaks. So this is one card. So it's printed on the front. Let's see, which one does this make? This one makes this card. So it's Night of Navy on the back. It's printed on the front, completely white on the inside. This is the way Paper Pumpkin cards come. Usually there's printed on one side, or like one side, and then white on what would be the inside of your card, so you don't have to layer it. Let's see, we'll set those there. Now we have that polka dot going again. This one's in Calypso Coral. And so it's the polka dot on the front and solid on the back. And that's to make this card. So cute. Alrighty, and then we have the embellishment pieces. So you notice on all of the examples, there's white for stamping. Well, that's what this is. You just have to punch them out. Check that out. It even has a little stitching on it. Alrighty, I'm going to set those right there so I'm going to be able to find those. Then we have, this is Just Jade, I think. I'm pretty sure that's Just Jade. Yes, that's Just Jade. So you have the polka dot and Just Jade and the solid. And it's set up to make this card. So cute. Now, I bet you noticed there's some printed pieces that go on top. Well, here they are. So Stampin' Up! Has taken, and although you could have stamped this yourself, they have done this for you. So there's a solid green piece. Pretty sure that's garden green. Then we have this large shape that would be this one. Now, I bet you're wondering or thinking, those don't look the same. Well, you've stamped over this in Night of Navy on the finished card. Ah, so cool. Same thing here, you stamp over the leaves. All right, so there's that. Then we have this garden green card base, so solid. And then they've done like a watercolor wash. We have some more of the embellishment pieces. So you have, let's see, this one goes here. These navy, Night of Navy pieces are the ones that go behind. And then this one is right there. Oh, so cool. Love these kits. I love that they have everything in them. And then this is our last card right there. Again, watercolor wash, solid back, white on the inside. Now, this is the adhesive that they send you. And I love these dots. I don't necessarily love them for card making, but if it's what you've got, it's what you've got. This is really kind of great to travel with, especially because you can pop these off one at a time. Now, my tip for these is to use a take your pick tool if you can, because these are very much like putting on a gem or a adhesive backed sequin. The top will pop off. There'll be a clear adhesive underneath it. And they work fine. And there's more than enough to put this kit together. However, I would recommend that along with this kit that you do add one thing to it. And that would be Stampin' Seal. So the dots are great. They can work. You can get by with it. But this is the Stampin' Seal adhesive. And I would add this to the order. I would get this kit and a Stampin' Seal, and then you really have everything you need. I know that when you're being budget minded, you want to go with what's in the box, and that's perfectly fine, and these dots work great. This is what comes in your Paper Pumpkin kit. I use them, actually I love them a lot when I make dimensional punched items. So where I've maybe taken one of these and I have a smaller piece that I'm adhering to it. So I do use these a lot, and I wouldn't discourage you from using them. But if I were to add one item to this kit, it would be the new seal. Alrighty, so here we have it. You can slide everything back in the box, and then we'll get ready to make the cards that are in the kit. And then I'm going to show you some things that I did with this stamp set using nothing out of the kit. So maybe using things that you have in your crafting stash at home. So, all right, give me just a second to get this cleaned off, and then we'll come back and we'll make some cards. All right, so here's what I think I want to do. I have cut a garden green top folding card. I've cut a piece of Whisper White to fit on the front, like so. And I think what I want to do is I'm going to grab some extra paper. I'm going to slide these out of the way because I don't want any of this to get wet. I think what I want to do is kind of a faux watercolor technique. I also want this to be a one-layer card, so I'm going to grab some of this painter's tape. And I'm just going to go, this way or this way. I may go this way. This will be interesting. Not done one this direction. Alrighty, so that's going to keep anything from getting underneath. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to spritz my paper. I want a little bit of water on it because we're going to add ink to this block and then we're going to stamp it. So I'm going to grab So Saffron because it's a very pale yellow, and I'm just going to smush all over my block. Okay, ooh, you can feel it cling. So it's got ink on it. Now I'm going to take Bumblebee, beautiful, beautiful Bumblebee, which is just a little bit darker, and I'm going to smush it on my block. So I'm kind of just creating some color pieces. Now you want to remember that you always smushy from the lightest to the darkest. So I did the light so that we would have a complete background, and I'm doing the dark to add interest. And then I'm just going to add some water. I will tell you, the more water, the more blend, and the better that it will turn out. All right, now here's the trick. We're trying to get this right in the middle of this paper. There it goes. All right. Set it down and let it sit for a minute. You can tell by looking at it that down here in this corner, I did not get as much water as I did everywhere else, and so that will look speckled. There is really no way to fix that. We're going to lift this up. Very pretty. Now I'm going to clean off my block so I don't end up with yellow everywhere. Now, since So Saffron and Bumblebee are in the same tonal family, they're the same yellowy, one is just lighter and one is darker, you'll notice that my lightest area is only here in the middle, and that's kind of okay. All right, so here's what I want to do. I want to dry this off a little bit, so I'm going to grab my heat tool. We're going to dry it a little bit. Now, go ahead and lift this off the paper. Move my scratch paper out of the way. Maybe it's still real wet right there. Let me hit it a little more with the heat tool. All right, so we're going to gently pull the tape off. Oh, so pretty. And now we have our card front that we're going to work on. Yes, it's a little bit wrinkled, and that's okay. As it dries, it will flatten out. I wanted it really kind of dry to the touch so that when we do the next little part, that it will not cause the ink to bleed. So what I want to do is here in this lower section where it says just a note, kind of coming a little bit over on the white, I'm going to take Night of Navy and I'm going to stamp. So grab my Night of Navy. And I'm going to come right there. Oh, so pretty. I love this font pairing. All right, now I want to add some little lemons. So I'm going to add in some lemons down here. I'm not sure how many I'm going to need, so I did a couple. I think I kind of want to put them up here above. If I like that. All right, So I'm going to add some adhesive. I'm trying to use up my snail. Slide this right up here. Slide my lemon right in here. I want to do two. I think I may do two. Slide this one up this way a little bit, and then we'll do a second one, maybe. On some dimensionals. Now the $50 million question is, where did I hide the dimensionals? It's always the $50 million question is, where did I hide the dimensionals? Alrighty. So I am going to add another little sprig of greenery here. Take this, and I'm going to slide this one in kind of right there. And then I think what I want to do is add my second one on top of that little sprig of greenery. Just like that. Alrighty. Now, to secure this down, I am going to go ahead and pull out the Seal Plus, because this card is wobbly and has been watercolored and is not completely dry. I do want my little Seal Plus, because this is going to hold like a dream. Alrighty, so now we're going to add this to the front of our card. Since Seal is one of our strongest adhesive, I want to make sure I get that where I want it before I stick it down. But alrighty, there we go. That is a card that I made using the fruit set that I shared a minute ago. That's not the pre-patterned pieces, so not what's in the kit. So, you know, the Simply Citrus kit is an all-inclusive. It has everything you need to make the cards that they show. I've added some extra things. And so this was the card that we made. So pretty. Let's take a look at a few others. Slide that one out of the way. Here's another one. This one I sponged. Used the same painter's tape idea, and I sponged it. But I put it on Whisper White cardstock. Okay. Then here's another one that I did on Garden Green. This one I did a watercolor wash in the background and added some gold thread and some jewels. And then here's this one. So there are just 4 examples of cards that you could make using the stamp set out of this kit and supplies that you have on hand. So there you have it. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Thank you for staying with us through the unboxing and card making. Please hit the like, thumbs up button down below so that we see that you like what we're doing. If you would, please hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss any of the new videos coming up. We would love to have you as a subscriber. You can check us out on Facebook at A Little Kinder. We also have a blog, alittlekinder.blogspot.com. You can sign up for my newsletter below, or at the blog, or at Facebook. We have it listed everywhere so that you get inspiration directly in your mailbox. Stay safe and see you next time.